These are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, and welcome to today's workshop, which is going to show you how SocialBro can be used as a Twitter CRM tool. As always, if you have any questions, please either tweet them to @SocialBro, ask them via the GoToWebinar chat, or email me after the webinar at hannah@socialbro.com. Our user guide also has a detailed step-by-step instructions of how to use all of the tools that I will speak about today. So I'm just going to quickly run over what we will cover in this workshop. So I'll start by showing you how you can easily see your new followers and find those that you should be following back. Then I'll show you how you can use SocialBro to keep on top of your Twitter interactions. Then we will go on to how to classify your Twitter community and finish with creating Twitter lists to enable you to monitor the users that are important to you. So I'll just go over to my dashboard now. So firstly, when using Twitter for business, obviously building your community up is really important. And this includes keeping track of who is following you and making sure that you follow the important users back. So the SocialBro dashboard clearly displays your new followers for you. So it's handy for if you're a small business, you might wish to welcome new followers or just picking the ones that you need to follow back. So if you select new followers from the dashboard like this, this will show you all of the users who have followed you since your last sync. You can also use the calendar on the top right here. If, for example, you've been away for a few days and you want to see your new followers for the past week. So just select the time span. So I can choose from last Wednesday and select apply. Now this then shows you all of your new followers from this week. So the really good thing about SocialBro is it gives you the ability to follow multiple users at once, so it can save you a lot of time. And you can use the filters here on the left-hand side to filter amongst these users to find which ones you believe you should be following back. So for example, you might choose to filter according to influence, how many followers they have, how long they've been on Twitter, etc., whichever is important to you. You also have the advanced search option. So I could choose that I want to follow people in my industry. So I could choose that to search for marketing in these users' bios and click search. And then after that, just apply any other filters that you might wish to do so. So for example, a relatively high influence score, etc. And then when you have the users on your screen, you can either select them individually or drag and drop a box over multiple users. And then from down here, you just select follow. So it's really easy. And then you can also, if we go back to our dashboard, you can see the users who are following you, who you're not following back. So again, filter within them to see if maybe you've missed out some when they started following you and you should be following them back. So select the, here we are, the you aren't following back widget. And then again, just choose which filters you desire. So for example, I might want to find users that work in social media. So I can just point out that if you're searching for a phrase with more than one word, you have to use punctuation marks like this to search for the exact phrase. So social media. And then you might want to say that they have to be influential for you to want to follow them back as well. So again, I could just put a random number there. Then you could also filter, for example, if you're targeting people in a specific country, you can filter according to country. If you're only targeting a specific gender, etc. So then again, you could just select and follow. I'll just point out that another benefit of following users is that sometimes there'll be conversations that you wish to have in private. For example, if you're dealing with complaints with customers, but users can only send you a direct message if you're following them. So that could be another reason why you want to follow maybe your customers. So I'll just go back to the dashboard, and I'm now going to move on to how you can keep on top of your recent interactions. So obviously, as you all know, that Twitter is a way for your customers, your clients, your fans, etc., to contact you, and they're going to use this to ask you questions. So it's really important that you keep track of the mentions and questions you receive and you reply in a timely manner. So if you select latest interactions from the toolbar here, you can then view any questions or comments users have made, and also the replies and the tweets that you have sent. And then from here, you can directly reply, retweet, or favourite their comments. So along here, you have all of the interactions, and then you can switch between seeing just the people that have mentioned you or the people you have mentioned. And then here with any of these, you could just select reply. If they're saying something good about your company, you can retweet them, which shows them your appreciation, and also is going to promote yourself on your Twitter feed. Make sure you don't retweet every comment you receive, because these will get sent to all of your followers' timelines and it can be quite annoying. So other than the latest interactions, you also have the I influence section here. And this shows you the users who have recently mentioned you in their tweets, or they've retweeted you. If you click on the blue @ sign on any of these users' profiles, you can see all of the interaction that you've had with this user since your first sync. So this means I can always look back to find out what I've said to the customer or they've said to me, and you're never going to lose track of it. And it also saves you having to scroll down your timeline. So again, you can use the calendar to see people who've mentioned you in a longer time span, just like we did before with followers, like so. And then we also have our newest tool, which is called Tweet Analytics, which can also help you become more responsive to your followers and customers on Twitter. So you can access this tool just like we did with latest interactions. Just select it from the toolbar. And I'll just quickly explain a little bit about this tool, and then I'll show you how it can help you with your customer relationship management. So just as we did with the I influence section, up here you have a calendar. So if I want to see all of my tweets from the past week, I can do so by selecting the time span here. And then this tool basically shows you the performance of all of your tweets, as well as showing you how many retweets, replies, and favourites each one has received. So at the top here, you have a chart, and each of these circles represents your tweet. And then the positioning, the size, and the colour of the bubbles demonstrate how many favourites, replies, and retweets each one has received. So if you hold your cursor over any of them, for example, this one here, this tweet here received 4 favourites, retweets, replies. So it's really easy to use. And then if you scroll down, you can see the individual tweets in a list. So, for example, you can click on any of them and click retweets to see the people who have retweeted this specific tweet. Now, what's really good about this tool is that you can tweet multiple people at once. So, for example, if you want to thank these people for retweeting you, you can select this arrow here and then just add them all into the tweet, like so. Type the tweet that you want to send to. It could just be something simple like "thanks for the retweet" or something along those lines, and just click send. And then you can send this tweet straight from SocialBro, and it's a lot quicker than going into Twitter and thanking them all. You can also see the replies that the tweet has received, and then directly reply to this person. If they're saying something good about your company, you can reply saying thank you. You could retweet them, or you can favourite them, which is also really good as it adds this comment to your Twitter profile for other users to see in the future, so it can help you gain customers. From this tool, you can also see individual users' Twitter bio by clicking on their Twitter handle. And from here, you can decide if you maybe want to follow them. I'm already following this person, but here you'd be able to follow them, add them to a list, Or the next thing I'm going to talk about is adding a tag to them to remember to come back to them later. So if I go back to the dashboard, and I now talk about classifying your community. So basically, if you classify your community using tags and notes in SocialBro, it helps you organize your community and also makes searching for users easier, helping you with targeting and engaging. So, for example, one use of tags and notes could be if a customer has a problem or a complaint that will take some time to see to, you could assign a tag to their profile to remember to come back to them at a later date. You could assign tags to users who you might think will be interested in a new product in the future, or you can remember who your supporters are. So if users retweet you often, you can assign a tag to them to remember to take care of your supporters, as these are really important to your brand. So also one more use, you can classify users into groups. So if you want to classify your customers, bloggers, journalists, etc., and it will help you when you're searching for these people in the future. So to add a tag to users, just perform a search for the users you want to add it to. So for example, if I go back to my I influence section, and then from here I could, my translator is on. 1 second, let me just refresh this. So select the users that you want to add it to, which I'm going to do in a second. Let's try this again. There we go. So again, the people that have recently mentioned me. So I can then choose which users I want to assign a tag to. So for example, I could look at my interactions with a user, and let's say that this user has tweeted good things about my brand and I want to remember them for the future. So here I can select edit tags, and let's just say I want to create a supporter tag and just save changes. It's really simple, just like that. You can add tags to multiple users, again by dragging and dropping a box, selected, and add tags. And again, just start typing supporter and save changes. And now that tag's been added to those 5 people. So it's really easy. And then if you want to locate these users in the future, rather than search for them again, you can just select tags here. So this is the tags menu. And you just select any of the tags to see which users have this tag, this particular tag assigned to them, like so. If you want to search for users who have maybe 2 tags, so I might want to search people who have customer and blogger, you can use this bar here. So it would be tag customer, like so, and then plus tag blogger. And then I've got all of these users displayed for me. From here, I might want to create a custom insights report. So I might want to see stats about my customers. I could create a best time to tweet report if I want to aim my tweets at these people, or I could send them a personalized direct message. So all of these tools are in our user guide for how to use these. So another way to organize your community is to create lists of users who you wish to monitor what they're saying. So if you've got influential people, or you might have clients where you want to monitor their interactions, you could create a list with these people. Or if you have your clients' Twitter handles in a TXT file, you can import these users using the import users tool from the toolbar. So you might also have, for example, the important people you're following, and you want to just see their tweets rather than looking on your Twitter timeline, which might be overcrowded. So if you select friends from the global stats panel, and then like we've been doing before, you just filter within them to find the ones who you want to create a list with. So for example, I might again want to search for people related to social media, and I could choose a location. So let's say New York. Again, as it's a phrase, we have to use punctuation marks and just click search. And then I might want to say that they have to be influential as well. So I can just turn my influence up like so. Now, when you have your returned users, all you have to do is select all criteria. And then add all to list. And then you can add them to an existing list you might have or create a new one. So I could choose influential. Like this. Add a description if you want. And then if you want to, if you don't want these users to know that they've been added to a list, just select private like this, otherwise they will be notified, and select OK. And it's just as easy as that. And then, after this, you can add anyone else to the list that you want to. For example, say this is a person that's not on the list already, you just select add to list from their profile, like so. So it's really easy to use the list function. And then you can use Hootsuite or TweetDeck or whatever your favorite client is to just monitor what these users are tweeting about rather than looking on your Twitter newsfeed. So another way to look after your important users, which is to use the whitelist function, which is quite new to SocialBro, which basically prevents you from unfollowing your important contacts by accident. So when you're mass unfollowing people, so it helps you protect your relationship on Twitter. Now it's really easy. All you have to do is choose which users you want to add to it. So let's select it like this. Choose selected and add to whitelist, and it's just as simple as that. And then this little green lock will appear on their profiles, which symbols they're on your whitelist, and now they won't be unfollowed by accident. And then if you want to view the members on your whitelist at any point, you just select whitelist from the sources menu. So it's really easy. And one last thing that I will mention, so we've gone over categorizing your community and keeping track of your interactions and new followers, but another way that you can help improve your relationship with your followers is to create a custom best time to tweet report and schedule your tweets in advance using Hootsuite or Buffer app. So it's just a good way of making sure you don't forget to regularly post on Twitter and keep your followers engaged. Otherwise, they might unfollow you if you're not regularly posting. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of how to do that today, but we have recorded the workshop on how to do this, and you can find it on our Vimeo or YouTube channel, and also in the SocialBro webinar catch-up page of our user guide. So I think that just about covers everything for today, and this was the last workshop from this round, but we will shortly be announcing the next webinar dates and descriptions in our blog very soon, so look out for those. But thank you very much for listening today. Have a nice evening. Bye.